Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor. So we just have the ES closed, and the market is we will start analyzing the market for you, and we will guide you what's going on in the market. So if you allowed us a few minutes, we normally start at 10 o'clock, and we will start analyzing this market for you, and hopefully we can do a good job guiding you what's going on in the market. Whether you are a member or not, it doesn't matter. We try to help everyone, and for the last few years, we've been extremely accurate on the prediction, the market here on this channel and the other channel as well. And we will continue providing some lights on the market movement for every single day. Um, if we just wait a few minutes and we start. Normally we start at 10 o'clock. Today is a Friday. It's 9:55. So we will start in 5 minutes. Thank you. To our traders using the auto trades, you gotta be careful with the ES. The ES projection at 41.34. Remember that, and there is a heavy resistance. So when your auto trading is taking a trade on any given time frame, you need to take a profit on any time frame. It doesn't matter if you are using 1 minute range bar, ticks bar. You have to take a profit, because if we look at the 41.34, this is the number where below that number is short, above that number is long, and what is above that number is triple resistant. That is not easy to break. So for the guys are using our auto trades, you need to take a profit on the ES immediately. Or if you are on 2 contract, take one out and secure yourself, because today is a Friday. You don't want to be in a bad mood on the ES trade, and the Nasdaq is breaking that level here. And if the Nasdaq breaking the projection at 126.93, your auto trade is on a full throttle to go all the way up, and we will reveal those numbers for you immediately. Where there we go, where we are expecting on the Nasdaq. Look, this is where the problem at the moment with your Nasdaq, and also this is apply for the YM. As I showed you yesterday, I don't look at the technical chart for the YM. What I do, I will look for the ES to make a decision on my YM. So if we are looking at, okay, this one here is taking a new trade, that's very fine. And this is a very high risk trade on this one here, because what it is, the ES is fighting in there. So when you are auto trading and when you see the ES is fighting, you gotta keep your hands directly on the chart to maximize your profit and close. If this market able to break those lines, we relax, we take our hands off closing position. The question is, does the auto trader close by itself? Of course it closes by itself. Yes, of course. But in order for you to maximize your profit, sometimes you can double up your profit on a daily basis by keep looking at your technical chart while the CL close position on this one here. That's okay. So now the ES took that trade, the YM is on that trade, and if the ES going to break that area, that's fine. If it's not, you close position. We're not out of the wood yet, and we will want to wait to see. You see, we're not out of the wood yet. So this is a decision for the trader. On the ES is already, you got 3,500. It's a Friday. We've been on those trades for 10 minutes, 10 minutes work. What you're waiting on to close and leave. What you're waiting on. So we will keep our eye closed on that ES, and we can make a decision. Look, you see? So on the, let me show you. This is not an ATR, guys. This is not a junk ATR. This is a price line, and there is so many systems inside those bars. So it's not those junk ATRs. So this is based on a price line. It's not ATR out of date 20 years ago. Because the 6 range is a smaller time frame, the auto trader closed that trade. and then when the market turned around, he re-entered the market. On that trade, because it is a 100 take state, so for the ES is a 7 range. On the 7 range did not got the close position because it's a higher time frame than the 6 range, which eventually is going to close right now. So if you notice, this is what we called for you, that we need to maximize our profit and a close position in here to our traders, because we know this is a heavy resistance, and most likely the auto trade is going to get slammed, and the ES is going to, and this is exactly what happened right now on the ES. So there is no surprising elements here. The market is fair enough to us. The problem is, do we know how to read the market? If somebody is illiterate, don't know how to read the market, does not mean the market was not fair enough to us, or does not mean our auto trade is not performing. So it is exactly when a guy don't know how to read and write, and a guy knows how to read and write. So for a guy don't know how to read the market, he will never get off the ground. Never. So now we understood that the ES is gonna be slammed on this triple resistance, and I'm not too happy with the short. I'm not really happy with the short, but we need to keep our eye on it very close, and because of this number here, 40, and this one is already drawn on your chart. You don't have to be an expert or anything, because of this number 41.25. So I'm not really happy about this short trade with the auto trades, and on this cases here, you can make a break even, or if you want to, you can close position and let it relax for a few minutes. And what I will do, I will go ahead and take some of the profits off, and I mean, what's wrong with it? Take some of the profit off, 500, 600, 700, 800, $1,000, doesn't matter. I'm not too happy about it. The reason I'm not happy with it, because above this number, what it says on the chart, your chart is your cockpit instruments guiding you to land your aircraft in the dark. As simple as that. You don't stick your finger out of a window airplane to pinpoint the runway. And some traders, that's what they want to do in the trading, sadly. But it does not work this way. So I'm not happy about the short trade. It was like $500-600 into the profit. Take it off the table. The reason is because we already given you full vision cockpit to understand what's going on in the market, and here is the payoff between an illiterate and educated and a guy knows what's going on in the market. So as we see here, what we have done, I said I don't look at the technical chart on the YM. I make my decision on the YM based on the ES, because the YM follow the ES. No use to look at the second hand chart. And as we see here, here is another 500. And again, folks, listen. The market is trying to break that one here, and this is not gonna go. Let me tell you why it's not gonna go, and this one is not gonna go. Why? As we said yesterday on this channel, you have many people with the light bulbs. First of all, they argue about drawing the fib line from the chart. They argue about the time frame. They argue about many things. And then once they agreed, which they never do, They don't have the brain enough to know if this market able to break this fib line or not. They don't have any equipment or any knowledge. If you anywhere you put on a Fibonacci, everyone is an expert on Fibonacci until they hit the most important element about the Fibonacci. If this market going to break that line or not, they all shut up because they don't know. So if we know where is the support or resistance or the projection or whatever it is, whatever number, and if we don't know if this market gonna break it or not, you're just wasting time. So as we see here, this now, the auto trades are struggling. Why they are struggling? Because the market tried the first time, it didn't make it, took the short, the auto trade responded to the short, took a little money, then it took long, took a little money. But here's the problem is, why the ES not able to break that number? How we can identify if this market able to break any support line and cut it like a knife, or is going to be projected? This is where is your money at, not because you know how to draw a stupid line on a chart. That's why everybody want to draw a line on a chart, but they don't know what to do with it. So why this market was projected and why I don't want to deal with any auto trades at the moment, because as we explained to you yesterday, here is your momentum. Here is the air pressure in your tire, if it's gonna hold or not. This is where the decisions made from 1 to 30 minutes, from 1 to 30 minutes, and if we see the market is mixed, and if you are bumping in to double support or resistance, you better cash your money and get out. Because the things is with auto trade, you need to maximize your profit, not based on a dummy trailing stop or a stupid trailing stop making your career. It is you have to make a decision. Where is your profit? Where you're gonna take those trades out, and you let the auto trade do the calculation to enter the market. So this instruments, your cockpit instruments, is guiding you to land in a dark area on a runway with no lights, is the pressure in the market. This is give you the direction of this market, guiding you to land safely. So if we go back to the ES, there is no surprising element in here. Now, as I said a couple minutes ago, this market is very important for me, the ES, to break that, and it's going to, because I can measure it, is going to break it. What does that mean? It means money. It means money. If this market going down, it means money. Now we are on a good shape. If the market not able to break that number, you close the trade. If you are in between, we can look here at the measurement and see where is this market most likely, if it's going to break those areas or not. We understand the pressure. So if this market break that number, we are on the money. If we look at this market now in general, the market was not able to break this one here. This number here Anything above that number is long. Anything below that number is short. Okay? Simple as that. We don't want to go through details. Once this market above that number is long, once this market below that number is short. Simple as that. We don't need to re-engineer everything for you. The problem right now in this ES, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 4 resistance. At the same time, the market, if we look at the instruments, does not indicate there is life in there to break all those walls. Okay? Let's simplify that. The market got stuck between 5 resistance. It cannot break the first resistance. It might get stuck on the second resistance, or it might get stuck on the third resistance. So when an illiterate guy, amateur guy, auto trading, looking at P&L, not aware what he's doing, if his auto trade, doesn't matter where this auto trade coming from, whether from us or somebody else, it doesn't matter. The rules apply on everyone. So when this guy is auto trading and he's blind, not reading what's going on, let's say if his auto trade start taking a trade in here, and most likely for him to be blind more, probably he's using a Renko bar and an ATR entry, most likely. Typical disaster trader, an ATR entry with a Renko bar. It cannot be dumbest than that. This is the best customer is going to be out of the door as soon as possible, out of his misery with the trading. So when this guy is trading and entering here, his auto trade is gonna make him lose money. Even if he managed to take $100 or $200. Here is an example. Here is an ES taking a trade in here. And he's using a Renko bar. And he's happy about it because it's a Renko bar. Look nice, you know. He don't understand what's going on. Totally blind. He cannot see any trend on a dummy Renko bar. He cannot see what's going on in the market. Totally blind. And he want to make money. So what happened, the guy, his auto trade taking a trade, and it got rejected on the second, and what happened to him? He lose $100, $200 on that trade. How much normally this guy is having a Renko bar? What is his account? It's between $2,000 and $5,000. Okay? The pity about it, he don't have a calculator to manage his money. He have a calculator on his mobile phone. He has a calculator on his computer, but he don't know or he don't use it. Because when this guy have $2,000 up to $5,000 average, using Renko bar or just trading blindly, when he lose this trade over here, that's $200 on a trade average. That is $50,000 a year by losing one trade a day. For God's sake, you just do the calculation for me and tell me how come this guy is not having a success. For every mistake, he's paying $200. For 1 year, if you average it, is around $50,000. And his account is between $2,000 and $5,000. And here is what it is on top of it, little salt and butter. He wants somebody to invest money with him, to put money for him to trade. So this is typical what we have seen the last 15 years. For the last 15 years, we never seen anyone flying with this attitude. So this is not tradable market to the long side. I don't care what kind of auto trade you are doing. I don't care what kind of optimization you are doing. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many years experience you have, because if you are experienced enough, you have enough of brain not to put your finger in a fire where your fingers don't belong to. Because if this one is going to cause you to lose 200, then 5 minutes later, your auto trade is generating another long trade. You're going to lose another 200. Yeah, but Sam, I don't have time. You don't have time, get out. You don't have time, get out of this business. Go to Las Vegas. Put your family in a car and go to Las Vegas. At least you will have a nice drink. A good-looking woman serving you a nice drink. Why you need to hear my voice, So you don't have time, get out. This is not for children. This is not for kids. This is not for people who are weak. You wanna earn your money, you gotta earn it. You gotta grab it. You cannot just because we have beautiful eyes, we're gonna give you money, and the market is gonna give you money because our mother told us we are gorgeous. So here you have to earn your money, and if you don't read the market, you're not gonna get anywhere. Quit wasting your time and everybody's time, and quit using real money if you don't know what you're doing. Don't tell me how good you are. Just look at your account and you tell yourself what you are doing wrong. And I'm giving it to you as is what you are doing wrong. You're not looking at the market. You are optimizing, hiding your head under a pillow, looking at your P&L, and you are dismissing what the market is telling you. As long as you are with this attitude, you should not be trading. You should not be purchasing any auto trade. You should not purchase any wash machine, because this is not a wash machine or a coffee machine. I'm telling you this to save you time and money. I'm not trying to tell you, go ahead and we have keys to heaven for $99.95. I'm telling you, you are wasting your time. The others cannot say that. That's their problem. They need your business. I don't need your business. I can say it the way it is, and you can go anywhere and buy your own auto trade from any place you like. Whatever turns you on, go ahead and do it. But those guys, they're not going to tell you the truth, what's behind the trading, because he don't have the brain to tell you anything about the market. He don't have the knowledge, and he don't have the brain. He's going to tell you, go ahead, optimize, and you will be fine. He don't care if you jump out of a balcony or off an airplane. He cares less. So right now, if we notice here, this market broke that line. We are on the money again. Simple as that. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Has nothing to do with your trailing stop and stop loss and time frame. Is irrelevant. There we go. On a Friday, those numbers here, target 1 and target 2, the target 1 is an institutional and the target 2 is an institutional. And now it is the game has begun. So now it's 10:22, as we do every Friday. And what they do, they monk us around for half an hour up and down. And then what they do, around 11 o'clock, they hit the target 1, 2, and 3 sometimes. It depends on the market, and then the market is over. So what they are doing, they taking us back and forth. You get lost in the market, and then all of a sudden you see the target 2 institutional number get hit, profit taken, everyone go home, and guess what? You are the only one getting a stock staying all day long in the market because you are unaware what's going on. The ones that are smart, they come in, they are already made their profit, they already hit their target, they leave in an hour or two, and you are the guy is still scratching your head trying to see what you have done wrong for today, especially Friday. Friday, it is the most important day. Why it is the most important day? Because there is no way you can make mistakes on Friday. Friday, it goes with you to the weekend, stays with you on the weekend. So the less trade you make on Friday, the faster you are done on Friday, the better off you are. The longer you stay on Friday trading, the more disaster trading, the more losing money, because there is rules on Friday how you need to trade. You have two options on Friday how to trade. You either come in, wake up early and trade early on a Friday, stay away from the noises on a Friday, which normally you have those amateur traders. They come in around 9:30, they get slammed, and then they leave within an hour or two after they lose their money. Who comes in the afternoon? The older type of guys, the more mature guys, around 1:30. What happened on Friday on 1:30? 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. The market, most of the time on a Friday, take in one direction, either long or short. Most of the Fridays, I cannot say every Friday. So the older guys, they come in around 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then the market start going on a cruise control. It is the best days to scalp, to swing the market around 1 o'clock, 1:30. After all those disaster traders leave, after they lose money on the first hour or two, those amateur trading with an ATR and a Renko bar, and he want to get rich without touching anything, without looking at anything. He doesn't want to get dirty. He doesn't want to learn, and he want to get rich. Yeah, I want to fly too, but I don't have wings to fly. Anyway, so around 1:30, this market, you can auto trade the market or manual trade the market around 1:30 all the way till the end of the day, and usually you grab a trend and you stay with it. Not with a trend and stop. No, not with a trend and stop. So right now, this is where the market is not going anywhere to the long side, and the target to institutional number is 41.19. Is already this market planned from now to 12 o'clock. It's already been cut off the way it's supposed to be. There is nothing you can do, or any kind of auto trade or any kind of manual trade is gonna increase your profit, because this market have set the limit what you can make for today. It's not you and I. It's not what your auto trade, it's not your time frame, whether you are using 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, irrelevant. The market put us in a small box to earn our money. This is your resistance, and this is your target too for 11 o'clock. Live with it. Welcome to trading. There is nothing you can do to change that. You don't have enough money to move this market. You have no inventory. You're just renting the ES from the market mover, and you have to deliver before the market closes. Simple as that. The market is not letting you make money to the long side, is overwhelming with the resistance, and there is only one direction. For a 12 o'clock, institutional number is right there. It's already been cut. It's like you're sitting in the cockpit and you do your flight plans. It's already planned. It's finished. And now taken off. And it's the same thing here. It's already been cut, this market. Not unless if there is some kind of breaking news to the downside but for a normal technical chart, this market is already cut. You can cry about it, you can whine about it, you can throw your computer out of the window, you can go back to the optimization, whether you like it or not. It's already been cut. This is the way it's going to be from now to 12 o'clock. There is nothing you can do. Just being smart and take advantage of it. The limitation today in this market is 4119.25. Simple as that. Now, when the market goes down here, it could be there is a potential go to the third one is right there if this market hammered to the downside. But usually the target 3 is for the afternoon session. Most of the time, the target 2 hit around 11 o'clock, plus minus 5 minutes. Those are in the institutional numbers. Institutional numbers, they don't use Renko-bar. Your institutionals, they do not use your dummy ATR running out of date 40 years ago. Your institutional know your limitation is between 10 to 25 ticks max. They know your fibs, they know your ATR, they know you are relying on a MACD. You are very limited with your knowledge, and they know that. This is where they feed on, and there is nothing you can do. Oh, by the way, we are testing a new Autotrade, and probably we should not talking about it. It's not going to be re-released on Monday, but we are testing a new Autotrade, and we will talk about it when it's ready. So, as we see right now, it's 10:29, and you can see how this market driving slowly to the target 2, profit taken on target 2. What happened when you hit the target 2? Yes, there is a news coming at 10:30. It is 10:30 already. And what happened on target 2? The market now, because there is a news at 10:30, once they start hitting the target 2, is going to go to target 1 and back to target 2 for half an hour. And you will see that. Now we are hitting target 2. Look where this wig on this market it is. It is right on target 2, profit taken. Look at this. Profit taken right on the butt, right there. Look. And now the news is out in 1 minute. It's 10:31. It hit target 2. What will happen here for the next half an hour is going to go back to target 1, back to target 2, back to target 1, back to target 2. And now the ES will stay. Look where the wig on the ES, right at target 2. You see that? Now it's climbing to target 1. I don't know if this news right now at 10:30 is going to have an impact on the market, but it is right there. Has nothing to do with your auto trade, has nothing to do with your optimization, has nothing to do with your trailing stop, has nothing to do with your knowledge. Nothing. It's right there, right on time, online, and now it's going to drive you banana between target 1 and target 2. So when this guy is just jammed his head with a PNL and he don't understand what's going on here on this blue chart, he's wasting time, and my time, and everybody's time, and his family time, and he's putting everyone in misery. And there we go. Look at it. It's 10:32. The ES is in the air between target 1 and target 2. There is no long. There is no long on the ES. So where is the money to be made when the ticks are not moving? Where is the money to be made? Huh? Look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is the same thing, target 2. Look at this. Institutional number, target 2. Institutional number, target 2. What happened to the market is not an accident. What happened to the market? Nothing. What they are doing now, as we expected, the target on the ES is going to target 1, and then a collapse again. So when you are auto trading, you're not looking at your instruments. You are a disaster trader. I don't care where you come from. Also, we have told you many times on the here on this channel, we have highlighted many times. As we see here, the ES and Nasdaq, they are jammed in the channel, between those two channels, the target and the resistance. We have told you many times, as a trader, you always can find an alternative. Every time you see the ES Nasdaq jammed, like what you see here, without even try, you will find the CL is trending. Why? Because the older guys, the guys that have been longer than you, when they don't see bread on the ES and Nasdaq, they refuge to the CL. Always, 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 when the ES and Nasdaq not trending, you go on the CL, you will find out somebody is making tons of money on the CL. So let's go back to the Nasdaq. Here is your Nasdaq. Here is your CL. And now we are going to see if the ES going to go to target 3 or it's going to stay. If the ES stays on target 2, the Nasdaq is going to go back. If they decide to take this market to the target 3, then that will be your happy day today. So now the ES is coming again to the institutional number 4119. If this market able to break the 4119, that's mean we're going straight to the third final target for today, which usually the third target is for the afternoon session. Then it will be nothing left for the rest of the day. On your auto trade on the Nasdaq, if the ES decide to keep going, that will be here a lotto for you. It's going to be a very nice trade. And if the ES not able to break this target 2, go into the target 3, close the trade, and walk away from the market. That's all what you need to do. It's not over yet on the ES. Exactly, Bent. Yes, we are testing a new auto trade, and we're not gonna talk about it, but we are going to probably release it within a week or two. We are testing it right now, and we have a couple guys are testing it with us as well. Here we go. Well, they're taking us to target 2. Okay, 3 is finished. Once we hit target 3, we close all the trades. We are done for today. They're going to the target 3. What time is it? 10:39. Watch this market go into target 3, and it is 10:40. They're going straight down to it. On the market analyzer, we got target hit. This is where the market analyzer, but we're going to target 3, and it's 10:41. By 11 o'clock, we should be arriving on target 3, and it is over for the rest of the day. Welcome to trading. Nothing. It's finished. You don't need to sit down miserable behind the computer the rest of the day. If they are decided to take in target 3, you're done for today. There is not much. Huh, 10:42 right now. A little pullback, don't let it scare you. It's 10:43. By 11 o'clock, they're gonna hammer it to the target 3. And you can see how the market, the target you see on the chart, this is coming from the market analyzer, estimating the market, where is your target. And every time re-estimate where is your target. This is a total different system, but now we are auto trading, so we'll find out if we are going to the target 3. And you can see where is the target 3 on the Nasdaq, and you can see what is the target 3 on the ES. And we still around 10:44, so we're expecting to land at 11 o'clock, hopefully. Yes, trade to close. Don't let it scare you. It's gonna pull back a little bit. It's gonna keep going down. And once we hit 12,530 on the Nasdaq, we are closing. And once we hit 4101 on the ES, flatten out everything, close your computer, and go home. Pullback re-entry. Well, for the pullback re-entry, you have two options, my friend, on the ES. Um, the first entry is pullback re-entry is 41.24.7, and the second entry pullback is re-entry short is 41.30. Now there is one here, but I don't want to take it. There is one here as well, but I don't want to take it. So if you are on a 2 contract, this is your first contract. I'm not your financial advisor, so if you want to do it, you do it on SIM. You take the first re-entry at 41.25. The second one, re-entry short, is 41.31. So this way, if this market got you filled, coming back, you're okay. And if the market went a little bit higher, then you average between those two, which there is a trade in here, but I don't want to call this one here, because if you don't know what you're doing, it can go against you on that one here. So those the only re-entry on the ES. You don't take 2 contracts in the same spot, never. When you are trading manually, never. What you do, you take one. If it works, fine. If it's not, you go higher. You put the second sell order, and then what it does, it average is easier to get out than to go ahead and hammer two contracts on one trade. This is very wrong. I don't know who teach you that. You never position yourself all your money in one spot. You never do that on any given market, whether Forex, future, Bitcoin. You do not put all of it once. It's like you're taking all your money and you put them on one bet on a blackjack. You don't do that. So is always trying to have the average price on the situation you are in. The indication right now, the pullback re-entry is somewhere around 41.25, and the second one is 41.29 at the moment. Between this and this, you will average somewhere around 41.26. It's easy to get out. It's easy to get out. The biggest mistake those traders do, let's say, especially when they are auto trading, they can afford two contracts, they trade two contracts. They can afford four contracts, they trade four contracts. They don't leave anything in their hands to use if they need to roll their sleeve and interfere with the trades. They don't. And they are at the mercy of the auto trade, taking trade, and they don't recognize when there is danger. And that is, they burn fast their money because they don't have discipline managing their money. And the worst part, they want someone to give them money to manage, where they are not trained to manage their own money. So this is the biggest, because why? Because they were told differently. They were told you optimize the auto trade and you live happily after. On every channel, on every guy is selling auto trade, he'll tell you the same story. You optimize, you live happily after. They were not told the reality. They were not told the truth. And that's what they were told, and that's what they are, how they are behaving. It depends on some kind of commercial on YouTube or commercial on some other emails or it's like any other yesterday I saw commercial. It is recommended by a doctor in USA that which has become the most popular problem for a lot of people, because a lot of people go to gym, swim, and then what they do, they catch those fungus from the showers and things. And it has been this has been increased for the last couple of 3 years, because everybody want to go to the gym, shower, you catch it. And here it is yesterday, a woman, she looked like a top model woman. I don't know how, but she went and traveled, I don't know, to the Far East, to farmer, because she's selling something, and she find out those farmers don't have fungus, and she developed a medication. Then everything has failed except her medical. She went to one farmer in Far East, and it's like you are watching a movie, and she's the only smart one, looking like a top model. She have discovered how you can, within 1 week, you will never see fungus in your life. And I was laughing all the way, because it doesn't look like she has the brain to travel to some kind of Eastern block somewhere in the Far East somewhere and examining the farmer feet, and she come out with medication. Wow, I mean, I love those uh, beautiful story. She don't look like she do her own nails either, so I cannot imagine her going to farmer, examine those farmer feet in the Far East somewhere, and why they're not getting fungus. So this is a wild story, and so those kind of commercial, there is a lot of people get sucked into it, and I would love to bring her to one of those swim holes we have around here, and and let me see if her medication and her beautiful white teeth and this beautiful long hair can last for 10 minutes. Anyway, guys, we are going down, as we say, and we are around 10:54, and what is target 3? It's right there, and this is the end of the line. Okay, so we are waiting on target 3. CL is still flying to the long side. Once we break this bridge here on 41.13, we're gonna keep going straight to the target 3. And it's very important to break the 41.13 in order for us to hit target 3. And we are done for today. There we go. What time is it? 10:56. It seems like we're gonna land on time. 11 o'clock, hitting target 3, done for today. So we're gonna be patient. We still have 4 minutes. We need to break the 41.13. Okay, I'm gonna get quiet and wait until we hit target 3. Thank you. It's better to cut off the microphone before we get in trouble. What time is it right now? 11 o'clock. Where is this NASDAQ going to? It's 11 o'clock, folks. It's 11 o'clock. Plus minus 5 minutes. Irrelevant. What time is it? 11:01. Where is this NASDAQ going to? Target 3, final destination. What is after target 3 for today on the ES? Nothing. If we look on the, you have a bunch of brick walls in here, and your target 3 profit taken is 4,100. So why in the name of God you want to keep sitting, poking with a fire, losing money? Once this market hit 4,100, what do you think you're going to be doing? How you think you're going to make money? It's already been cut for today. What time now? It's 11 o'clock. Let me ask you a question. This guy you bought the auto trade from, does he know about the institutional number? Has he ever mentioned it to you? No. Why? You don't know. He's not a trader. Did he ever show you anything about the price action besides telling you to optimize and have a nice life? Did he open your eye about the market? Or he just told you to optimize and have a nice life and get rid of you as soon as possible? Those are the questions you need to ask about the auto trade. It's not what it makes you. Because if you don't know how to manage an auto trade, doesn't matter what auto trade you're trading, you're going to be a disaster trader. If you want to treat the auto trade as a dishwasher machine, you should not be buying any auto trade, whether from me or anybody else. The question is not how much the auto trade is going to make you on Monday. Because if you're going to turn on any auto trade on Monday, not looking at the market, you are a disaster trader and you will never succeed. The question is, when you want to buy an auto trade, what kind of free education you're going to get with your auto trade to steer your money and to steer this auto trade, to drive the auto trade? This is a wrong question. What is your profit factor? Because now we have this new auto trade we are making. The profit factor, I can make it 6, 7, and I can make it 1.2 and 1.3. The profit factor is an illusion where most of the traders find the hard way. The profit factor on the optimization, it never repent in the real life. Because the optimization is not going to predict for you on June the 3rd, on Friday at 11:04. Your NASDAQ is going to hit the institutional number and it is finished for today. Neither the guy is selling you the auto trade knows about this. He don't know how to trade a paperback, and you should not blame yourself for being a failure. You should blame yourself for not getting educated, because there is nobody is too smart for the market, or nobody is smart for the market. As we see here, this market has landed right on line with the institutional number at 11 o'clock. What is left on the NASDAQ? Nothing. That trade is finished on the NASDAQ. Even if they're going to push it a little bit farther down, it's the same story as the ES, folks. This is your deadline right there. It's finished. What we have done, we have drawn 2 yellow lines here, 2 yellow lines here. We did not draw it. It is automatic on your chart. Once this market enter those 2 yellow lines are not baby indicators, oversold, overbought. What happened to the supply demand? This is calculation of the previous highs and lows. It's a much different level than the baby step you have learned. Once this market entered those two yellow lines, or vice versa, to the long side, here they are. Now it is time to close your trade and start looking for reversal. As we see right now, 11 o'clock is the target. The institutional number profit taken, it is finished. As we see the Nasdaq hit the target 3 and stop right on target 3. This is not an accident. You can go back to every video we have made for the last few years on YouTube. They're still there. You can reconfirm every single one of them. You can go confirm every Friday. You will find it's the same pattern. And now you can see there is a sales start to blink in here. There is a sales orders got just filled, and they are taking it to the target 3, and now officially this market is finished. You have $11,000 on the Nasdaq. You close the trade and you go home, and you will have a nice weekend. You're not patient to close your trade on the ES. Close it and keep going. It's finished. It's finished. If we notice where the Nasdaq came in right on target 3, here is target 3. It's right between those two yellow lines. Could be plus minus 1 bar. Right on time at 11:04, the target hit. It's finished. It's done. You were not told this. They want you to keep your head in the optimization, ignoring what is this market telling you. There is seller coming on the ES to hit the target 3. Profit taking is Friday. Have a nice weekend. Done. As we said before, you can go back to all our videos. Once Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, once you cross 11 o'clock, it's time to pick up your bread and go home. You don't sit, getting a suntan out of your monitors. You're done. You have to be smart. It's not the amount of money you use, it's how you are managing your money. And now the target 3 happening, and it is the market finished, and there is nothing left. If you want to go on the afternoon ride, I don't know what is holding right now. It's too early to call the afternoon, but around 12:30, 1 o'clock is already been cut. You only have to read it and respond to the market situation where you are in the market. So for a smart guy, officially this market is over for Friday. Maybe there is some kind of trend in. What I'm expecting on a Friday today is going to go back to the re-entry point on the ES 41.19.7 as a re-entry short. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just saying probably that's what will happen. And then it's probably is going to keep going with this range between 41.19 all the way to the target 3. That's what I'm expecting to see in the afternoon. But it's too early to cut it, because after 12 o'clock, depends where is this market. On that we can see where is the cut on the chart, and thus we can understand where is our limitation. The reason the Nasdaq is going a little bit farther down, because of the ES is going a little bit farther down to hit the target 3. And then I push it even to the double support area at 40.96. Maybe. I don't know. We're not with them. But we have to always calculate what they are thinking. What kind of games they are playing with us today. So when the guy is using Rankobar, looking at PNL, He's on different planet. He don't exist. He is just on different planet. He is very in touch with reality. He's not there. He don't exist. He's just a tourist coming for a few weeks and leaving back home. That's it. Going back selling hamburgers. That's it. But when you want it to be sitting for a long time, you want to survive this, you have to understand what's going on. And as we see here, it's 11:11 and the target 3 hit, and you make a bet on it. Nothing is going to happen below the 40.97.50. You make a bet on it. You have maximized every single ticks in the market. And the ones who dived in, this is the problem. The ones who did not recognize earlier today when the market was in a very chop mood here. This is what happened to him when he couldn't read it. And if, let's say, he's using an auto trade, let's say he is on $1,000 plus minus. He's already lost his $1,000 and he missed this one here. The trend, he missed it. Why? Because he didn't recognize the danger when we had resistance here and his auto trade kept taking long and kept losing money. When the market start trending, he ran out of bread. He ran out of fuel to stay. So, as we see, if we look at the ES, now we explain to you why the Nasdaq did go a couple bars down because of the ES. Still missing a couple bars. If we examine what's going on the ES, we can see where this ES stopped. There is no surprising. If they want to yank this market a little bit further down, there is a double support in here and it is finished. But it is over for the short side. We cannot pinpoint sometimes to the last tick, but we can estimate it where is most likely this market is going to end. If we look at the Nasdaq, there is a double support Nasdaq, there is a double support ES. Most likely, if we look at this market, the trend exhaustion has happened already. And now there is a way up to pull back and re-enter the market. And now the numbers are very far from the actual entry price. The actual re-entry price right now on the chart is somewhere around 41.13. The market is way far from it. Has to go back and reconfirm. On the Nasdaq, the re-entry, pullback re-entry is right there, 12,573. The market is very far from it. Has to go back, reconfirm. As we see here, there is no surprising what happened on the Nasdaq, why the Nasdaq went couple bars down, because the ES, when the Nasdaq hit here, the ES was missing couple bars in there. Once the ES hit the target 3, profit taken, he takes everything with him up. And this is what exactly happened. So you should not be discouraged because you're not having a good luck with the market. The problem is you bought a dishwasher machine and you didn't get the manual with it. You do not buy a dishwasher machine and you're going to get rich in the market. You buy an auto trade and you need to be trained how to manage your money, how to read the market, how to maximize your profit, how to get out. Professional trader is not relying on a dummy trailing stop or a stupid ATR or a stupid MACD. Everyone is using an ATR. Everyone is using a MACD. Anyone is gluing couple indicators on an auto trade and call an auto trade. They use super glue. They put ATR MACD. You're done. Out for sale. This is not the way it works, my friend. Take it or leave it. You like me, you don't like me, I don't care. But this is the reality. You know, it's your money, it's your life. Do whatever you want to do with it. So, this is the limitation of this market, and there is nothing you can do anymore except taking a profit and go home and let those loser, miserable traders stay for the rest of the day trying to dig gold somewhere, and there is no gold left. You know, and if we notice here, this market is overwhelming. After it hit that institutional number, 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars on the same number. What does that mean? It's finished. That might take you 1 bar plus, and this is noises. This is what you see here is noises in the market, and you should not be reflecting on noises in the market. You stay consistent on where is your limitation in this market. It doesn't matter if it goes a couple bars more or couple bars less. You brush it off, you stay consistent, you stay determined where is your daily target, not the amount of money. No, your daily target depends on the chart, where we are on the chart. How much this market is willing to give us today, and then you get out. Now, anything below that is noises, because what we have a double support on the ES right below that, and after that there is nothing left. So if we look right now, the market was very fair enough for us. It gave us 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars, 6 bars. Is telling us, hello, Houston, we have a problem here. And when you don't react what the market is telling you, the only fault is the driver behind the system. He's too occupied to read the market, what is telling him. So now by seeing the ES going up, if we look at your NASDAQ auto trade, it was over $13,000, and if you leave it alone, it's gonna shrink to $10,000. You just toss away $3,000 because you don't know how to read a market. We don't want you to learn price action. We don't want you to sit down 10 years paying us money in a trading room to learn price action. That does not work anymore. But what we need you to learn, and it is free, how to maximize your profit, close your chart, turn your back, and go home. This is the difference between a smart trader and a guy, he only wants 100% a day. That guy with 100%, just buy him one ticket to the moon somewhere. He's not coming back. But if we notice now, the ES has started climbing right under our nose, and before we know it, it's gonna go to this re-entry point at 41.12. If you're gonna re-enter there, it's not my problem, it's your problem. I'm not your financial advisor. But somewhere around 41.12, this is where the market is gonna go back down again. So for the guy wanna play with a manual trade, and he can sit down, enjoy it with a reversal, and because as we said, when the market goes between those two yellow lines, this is where you need to close position and re-enter long position. We don't know bar by bar where it's going to reverse. But we know once it enters between those two yellow lines and there is a fib line, this is where you need to start reverse. Where the others, they are trying to still take in a short trade, hoping the market going to go farther. And it does not work this way. And there we go. Welcome to trading. The market going up. This is where the market is going to stop. And this is where it's going to take you back down again. Now we can see the CL is down. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where is the CL? Right between those two yellow lines. This is a re-entry point for the CL to go long again. You are auto trading. If this market break that line, has to break this line and that line in order for us to go short. As long as the CL above that line, I'm not gonna close this trade. So always you can figure out, and actually this is a re-entry point on the CL to go long for manual trade. Now you might say why I need manual trade. Because now we are coming in June and July, August. The market dies out. The market dies out. Every time the kids are out of school, there is not much to trade. Remember that. Sometimes the market goes underperform during the summer and around the Christmas. Once you start understand those patterns in the market, once you start understand the pullback re-entry, where is the limitation for every trade, when you see things like this in the summer or around the Christmas, you can take a manual one trade. Or let's say if you are done with auto trading for today and you saw a door open to make an extra couple of $300, you will take. You will take without activating the auto trade. Or if you are on a trade and the market going back, you understand you stay on that trade because it's going to go further up. So if we, as an example on the Nasdaq here, we are on the range of 13,000, nothing happened. It's not going 14,000. Now it's going to start shrinking from 13 to 12,000 to 11,000 to 10,000 to 9,000. It's going to start shrinking. So the limitation on that trade is going to be somewhere around 13,000. Plus minus a couple $100. If this market want to go back and you want to stay on that trade on any kind of chart, the re-entry point on this one here is 12,546, 12,546. However, this here become a dangerous play because first of all, you are between those two yellow lines. Once you enter those two yellow lines, you should not be activating a new trade short. You should not. Actually, the opposite, you should start activating your auto trade or directing your auto trade to the long side. So if we are closing that trade, I don't want this auto trade to reactivate a short trade anymore. The range on that trade between 13,000 plus minus and Maybe we're going to go one bar down, or maybe we're going to go one bar up. But we have maximized the profit on that one, and there is nothing, is not paying us enough to sit down gamble with one bar up or one bar down. You stay on the bigger picture, as we see here. As an example, the ES came into the target 3 institutional number. We understood that. Profit taken, we understood that. The market came in, waited on us 5 bars to take an action, take a profit. The market went back up again, coming back to the target 3, profit taken, and is keep going up, indicating that the profit or this market trend, there is an exhaustion in the trend, and there is nothing left for you to squeeze any more ticks out of those trades. 1 bar plus, 1 bar minus, it is noises. You don't want to trade noises. You want to stay consistent on the technical analysis of your chart. So 1 bar up, 1 bar down is irrelevant. You're done for today. Technically, you are done for today. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. I wish you a really pleasant weekend. We're not releasing any new auto trade on Monday because a lot of messages. We're not releasing any new auto trade on Monday. We're still in the process testing it on Sim, and we will be reveal it when it's ready. And then what we will do, we will go on a full throttle with it. It's a very, very impressive auto trade. I want to say thank you very much. God bless you all and wish you a pleasant weekend. Be safe. Bye for now.